Good morning, everyone. Look at the beautiful snow that just came down. Hopefully this is the last snowstorm of the winter. But in the meantime, I wanted to talk to you guys about weight management and weight expectations, especially if you are living in a female body. So, I think many of us have been taught or have heard if you're going to weigh yourself at the exact same time every single day so that you don't, get stuck or get misled by the fluctuations that happen during the day, right? So when you wake up first thing in the morning, your stomach is empty, your digestive system is quite empty from digesting all night. And so your weight tends to be a little bit lower. And as the day progresses, with water retention, food, so on and so forth, there's usually fluctuation during the day. For people who are living in the female body, there's an additional layer that we need to take into consideration, and that is your cycle. So depending on which phase of the cycle you're at, you will actually live an additional layer of weight fluctuation. So if within any given day you're fluctuating, like between the morning and evening, you're fluctuating, let's say like anywhere from 2 to 3 or even 4 pounds. Well, from within your cycle, you might actually fluctuate 5 pounds between when you are in your menstruation or in your luteal phase versus when you are in ovulation, just because of bloating and the different activities and hormones that are happening in your body. If you're unsure about what are the different cycles of a female body, I do have a video specifically about that, about the entire cycle explained. But very briefly for this video, there are 4 phases of the cycle, and those are the follicular, your ovulatory, your luteal phase, and then your menstrual phase. Your menstrual phase is the first day of your period, and then it rinses and repeats. And for most women, the peak moment, so the moment where you have the most energy and you feel your best, is usually between the follicular and the ovulatory phase. After that, you tend to have a little bit more bloating, a little bit more PMS symptoms. It really varies from person to person. Long story short, it's really important that when you are setting yourself weight goals to work towards, whether that is through nutrition or exercise, both very important, you need to also take into consideration how your weight fluctuates from each phase that you're in. So for instance, it is completely normal that you see a weight gain around your luteal and menstrual phases, and then weight loss during your follicular and ovulatory phases. And so what happens very often when we're doing exercise routines or weight loss programs, they're on like a 3 to 4 week program. Some of them extend to 3 months, but a lot of us get demotivated quite early on because what we see on the scale is not reflecting the effort that we're putting in. Now, there's a lot more other factors that come into this, like cortisol, stress, nutrition, but one thing we do need to understand is that it takes beyond the 1 month for us to really see the change because of that fluctuation in weight between one phase to another. So my recommendation is when you are looking at weight loss is to really consider the range of weight that you want to be in and not the exact weight, because we already know from morning to evening our weight changes, and now I'm also sharing with you that from one phase to another your weight is also going to fluctuate. So what you're trying to aim for is really a range of weight that you're targeting and not a specific target. So for me, for instance, I'm right now 160 pounds on average, but I fluctuate anywhere between 158 to 162 throughout my entire cycle. My target weight though is closer to 150, but I'm not going to target 150. It'll be more like 150, 155. And it's really looking at it through a long-term approach so that you can keep it consistent and you can actually make it sustainable. That's the key thing. If you lose 5 pounds in a given month, yes, it could be nutrition. Yes, it could be exercise. It could also be just your cycle going through its normal routine. So it's really important to look at it through a long-term lens so you can really guarantee that, okay, this is becoming a sustainable lifestyle and habit. So just a quick recap, guys. When you're looking at the number on the scale, don't focus on just one number. Really look at the range of number for your goal. That makes it so much more realistic, especially if you're living in a female body, because not only does your weight fluctuate from one day to another, the range that it fluctuates within varies from one phase of your menstrual cycle to another. The other thing is to really keep in mind that you have to look at the long-term change and not just month to month, because of what I just mentioned about the phase to phase weight change. If you're looking at just from 1 month, like within 1 month, you might see that you lose 5 pounds because you're going from menstrual to ovulatory phase, but then suddenly gain that pound or 3-4 pounds back because you're going back into a menstrual cycle. So it's important to really stretch out the timeline of your goal. And then last but not least, be consistent. Consistency is key. It's not by doing 100 push-ups in one day that you're going to see the difference. It's by doing 20 push-ups for many, many days and many, many weeks in a row that you're going to see the long-term effects. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If you enjoyed this, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your tips and tricks on how to manage your weight and what are some of the struggles that you've encountered when trying to set a target weight goal. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you guys really liked this, I post a new video every single Friday, and I hope to see you guys all very soon.